Hello and welcome to this short video in which I'm outlining the need for an accessible car park at St Thomas The Martyr Parish Church, which also hosts Up Holland Community Hub. If you've been to this beautiful 700-year-old building, you realise that accessibility is such an issue for people with wheelchairs, for funeral cars and various other things. So the purpose of this video is to outline how we intend to correct that, but we also need your help with fundraising.
So in many ways for church is a nice problem, and that is that we have so many people now coming into St Thomas the Martyr Church. A lot of people through the different activities at our hub, but also the people who come to church for Sunday morning worship, but also baptisms, weddings and funerals. It's very difficult for people with limited accessibility to get into the building.
It is a church that was built in 1307. It's got steep step access. We have no level access into the church, and that does mean that it is restricted to some people.
It's quite difficult to access the building. It's quite frustrating. Often at the minute, because of my poor health, I often come with my husband or my daughter, who are both my carers, and having them there really helps. If I was to access it by myself, it's even more difficult.
The community hub has grown beyond our wildest dreams, and we have a number of groups that come in, craft groups, art groups, language groups, book club. We also have music events. And we've also, the post office runs from here, and the cafe is open from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock every day, 9 till 1 on a Saturday. And it is open to everybody, but for some people, they can't access us because of the lack of a level access into the church.
Had a very generous response that when we looked at the land, which is where the car park is due to be placed, we were able to access that land by registering part of it in the church's name and purchasing some of it from the previous owner.
We have managed to apply for planning consent, got planning consent for a car park, which will give level access into the church. But the problem is that we haven't got sufficient money to be able to build this car park. We have been doing our best at raising money. We've raised 20,000, but we do require something more like 90,000.
We now intend to build a car park there, a small car park, which will be able to be used by people with mobility issues, so it will be effectively a disabled car parking area, but it will also be used for funeral cars and wedding cars to pull on to out of the road to make accessing the church for those occasions more safe for those people.
Make a huge difference to me. It would mean that I'm able to come independently, and even if it was close enough, I could actually walk into the building without having to take the mobility scooter apart and dismantle it every time, which is a big issue. I could attend the events of the day that I really want to come to, yoga, chair yoga, and the arts and crafts groups and some of the music sessions. It'd be fantastic.
So this is where we need your help. If you, any business or individual you know that will be able to help with the massive fundraising job that we have, please contact either the Reverend Paul Locke or Jill Sinnott. Both of their details are on the screen at the moment. As you can probably appreciate, we can't start this project until we have secured all the funds. Thanks for taking the time to watch.